Ali. Hello and welcome. Welcome, everyone. I am looking over at the chat and I'm seeing some names that I recognize and I'm seeing some names I don't. Some new people are coming in and Ellie up in Canada. Oh my gosh, I was thinking about you. Ah, I was thinking about you not too long ago and I was wondering how you were. So to see you here is really makes my heart sing, gotta say. And Helen and Jan and Jackie and Fay Sue, Wisconsin. So anyway, it is really fun. I could get lost in the comments. Please say hi and please tell us where you're from because that's just so fun. So Finland, Paducah, Kentucky. Hi, Michelle. And so welcome, welcome. We've been here all week. It was a late night last night, let me tell you, but it was interesting. It was a good session, I thought, and there was so much love that I felt coming through, and I don't know what we're doing today. Um, we'll find out. So the whole idea here, especially if you're new, the whole idea is that this is a place, this is a time for you to really just focus and receive for yourself. Nothing is asked of you at all. There, I have such gratitude that you would take time to address what you need. Because for me, from my perspective, that's how the world changes. It's not about putting out all those fires because there's no end to that. It's about what we do as individuals for ourselves to come into balance, in resonance with the light of who we are, who we've always been, and who we shall forever be. When we do that, we can live and make our decisions in resonance to that truth. And that's how the world changes. Yes. And it's an exciting time to be here on the planet, and I'm very excited to be here with you. This is the grid that I've been using. It's a healing grid. Um, it's put together just by my guidance and the Emissaries of Light. I talked about it more on yesterday's live stream, and that replay is available. I don't want to keep saying the same thing every time. I want, because I know a lot of you are coming on, every day or as many of the days that you can make because we're doing different time zones. And so I don't want to say the same things every time. So in a moment, I'll get started. I'll be offering you the highest frequencies of healing energy that are available. And all you need to do is intend to receive this transmission, words, energy offered to you that receive what is in resonance with your highest good. That's it. Everything is offered for your agreement based on what resonates. Yes. Yes. And so that's our path forward. That's my perspective anyway. And very excited. After that, after the transmission, the message, and the energy, we'll kind of collect ourselves. I always, my new thing or newer thing is I'm asking you to chime in the comments about how it was for you, what you experienced, what came up, because, inquiring minds want to know. And it's quite remarkable, some of the things that are, being said. And then we'll move into questions and answers after that. Okay. All right. So I feel like I'm forgetting to say something. I don't know. Guess not. Yeah, guess not. All right, welcome. So as you, yeah, oh, yes, this is the thing I need to say. If you're new here and you haven't seen any of the others, you don't need to. Just welcome. You're in the right place at the right time. Always true. The other replay, the replays of the previous days, they're on the channel. You can do it anytime you want. And the energy is live, meaning whenever you go back to the replay, it's going to meet you wherever you are right then. And I'm talking about place, but I'm talking about on your journey too and what you need. So the energy that is brought through in the video is different every single time you watch. Pretty amazing because it's not up to me. Oh gosh. All right. So are we ready? All right. I would invite you now to sit back and relax. Yes. And if you have not put your name in yet for this healing grid and would like to have your energetic healing support through the grid, then please put the names in the chat. If you've asked prior, you're still in here. Yes. I would ask you now to take a couple of deep breaths, intending to be present, letting everything go from outside this experience right here and right now. Nowhere else to be. Your focus is here. One more breath in. And as you exhale, allow yourself to physically release the tension. Anything at all, let it go. This is your time to relax. And the highest frequencies of healing energy are offered to you now, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, without limitation, without constriction, without label, without judgment. All is available to you. The wisdom of your body, the wisdom of your energetic system knows exactly what is offered and knows exactly what it needs, how it needs to be delivered, and how it needs to be integrated. Your conscious mind simply needs to be relaxed or not relaxed, calm or busy. The wisdom of who you truly are supersedes the thinking mind. And you know this to be true for all the things behind the scenes that have gone on in your life into this moment. An entire orchestra has played a symphony throughout your life. Regardless of the traumas and the difficulties that you have had, the symphony has played nonetheless. The amount of instruments, the amount of notes being played that you are not aware of in your waking mind would astound you. You are a big deal, we will say. And this is not arrogant for you to think, for every human on the planet right now is a big deal in their own way. How they are interacting, how they are presenting. And we mean in vibration, because every human serves the collective with their vibration. Every human is responsible for their vibration. It is the only thing that they can tune to the degree of metamorphosis. Humans yearn to change the planet They often yearn to change other people. And all of that is fallacy. All of that is illusion. All of that is distraction from the work of tuning into yourself. And we call it work because many of you do not wish to look within yourselves. It is easier to look outside the self and stir that pot and point that finger and complain. And that is human nature. But many of you are waking up from that human nature and you're defining a new way of being, a refined human nature, an elevated, higher frequency human nature. And this is where humans are evolving to. And the times are exciting. And those of you here listening to this broadcast, feeling this transmission, there's a part of you that knows what resonates about these words and perhaps what doesn't. And you're invited to put anything on your back burner that you wish. Set anything aside that does not fit for you right now. We do not ask for your agreement. We just simply ask for you to discern what is fitting for you, what is resonating, and call yourself to what is next. The power resides within you for transformation beyond anything you could prescribe in your thinking mind. Beyond what has been known is now possible for each one of you and for the collective as well, because the collective is made of individuals that are waking up to this new dawn, this new age of possibilities, of redefinition, of letting go of the limiting beliefs of who you have thought you are. You are no longer defined by this. If you choose it, because if you cling to the old definitions, it is you that keeps you there. Relinquish the hold on yesterday's ideas. Let it all go. Redefine yourself, and if you are unsure what that looks like, we applaud you because it is a time of discovery. How can you label what is being created in the moment? There is no destination. You are a work in progress, and this is to be celebrated. So your need to know will go unanswered so that you can enjoy the journey, the discovery, and love yourself anew, because you are not limited by who you were ever told you were, again, unless you are in agreement to it. Your agreement is instrumental in your experience in all things in your life. Your agreement is instrumental to your experience in all things in your life. Behold, you make all things new through your agreements, through your claiming, and through your knowing of the light of who you are, have always been, and forever shall be. And now we will answer a call for healing energy for each and every one of you. And you may imagine, if you wish, hands of light placed upon your feet, and the energy of Source itself that is attuned to your unique vibration and what you need right now is being delivered to your physical feet, which are connected to every aspect of your energy, of your physical body, if we are speaking of how it manifests. But you are energy nonetheless, whether you are appearing solid or not. Every aspect of yourself, known and unknown to you, receives the energy now. And your connection to the earth is strengthening as well, fortified. Acclimated between your energy field and the earth's energy field to better help you regulate the fluctuations of the environmental energy around you, the solar energy, the celestial bodies influencing you. Your entire energetic field is being worked on now to help you be more resilient to these influences. Your biofield, your aura, is receiving fortification, strengthening, resiliency, and the ability to dampen vibrations of interference, regardless of the source, so that you may more calmly move through the world at large. You are called, however, to monitor your thoughts because your biofield, your energy, and the current that flows in and around your body can be worked on, can be strengthened as we have described. But your thinking mind is within your control in many respects. And so you are asked to be aware of your thoughts because those, in fact, are energy and they influence your energetic field. So we can help you in many ways. But your thoughts are yours to accept or to shift. And that is in your purview. That is up to you. All is up to you, of course, through agreement. And so we offer this fortification, this energy, and this attunement to every aspect of your energy. We offer it. It is up for your agreement. At the present moment, at any time that you replay this, it is offered to you. But again, we ask you to be mindful of your thoughts, of your judgments, the quality of your thoughts, and what you focus on. We know we have said this before, and we repeat ourselves when things are quite important for you to remember. What you focus on, you enliven. What you focus on, you invest in. What you focus on benefits from your energy in some way. And once you give your focus and attention, it is out of your hands, so to speak. And the payoff for who is receiving it is out of your control. We ask you to choose thoughts that are kind, that are compassionate for yourself and for others. You need not convince the world of this or that. And please monitor yourself for outrage, for this does you no benefit. Go for a walk. Look at a leaf on a tree. Take a bath. Write in a journal. Stare at a wall. Anything is better than experiencing outrage and then acting upon it with your keyboard or your words or your thinking. Because to produce vibration based on the energy of outrage is a poison. And you serve through vibration. And you choose whether to poison or to love. Love does not mean acceptance. Love means space. Love means observance. Love means allowing others to decide for themselves because they are also sovereign. So please be in service to yourself by choosing your focus and therefore programming your field, your energy, and your thoughts in ways that nurture you and nurture the planet and humanity's evolution. This is a call. The light at your feet is emanating up your entire body, radiating. Beams of light radiate from your feet into the earth and up through your entire field, like brilliant shafts of light, locating and releasing the tangles of energy and dissonance that you no longer need and are ready to relinquish, are pushed, are lifted from your body and your field. Let it all go. There is nothing to hold on to. You are free. Free to move on, free to move forward, free to create anew, and free to learn who you truly are beyond the ideas of yesterday. This brilliant light has anchored you to the earth, strengthened your biofield, and attuned every aspect of your energy to support you in higher ways with resiliency and structural change. You are invited to see how you move through your days from this point on. If you do not keep a journal yet, you are invited to do this. because it organizes your thoughts and your observations in a way that you do not second guess. It brings clarity because you stop asking yourself, how was it last week for me? During that eclipse, I cannot remember, or that full moon, or that news event. When you write things down, they are recorded. They are then data that you can revisit. And you can make room for new observations for yourself because you are not trying to hold on to yesterday's observations and last week's and last month's and last year's. Your experience is worth writing down. It's worth that time. It's worth the ink and the paper. Please invest in this. It will serve you well. And in this great transformation on earth, with many people experiencing different processes, different observations, the day will likely come when great conversations are had about these times, and you can have a record because you do not know where you are going. But when the destination is remarkable, you will want to look back. You will want to know how it all began. And so we put forth this invitation to you. This lifetime is a journey unlike any other. And you are precious and exquisite, supported and loved beyond measure. Knowing yourself as a fraction of your preciousness would be enough for a million lifetimes. You cannot fathom the enormity of who you truly are. And that is why we are here to remind you. Resilience. If you were to remember a word from today, we would say resilience. And if it feels appropriate or aligned with you, perhaps use this word in your journal. You are resilient and you emanate resiliency. And you may serve through your vibration with these ideas. And through your vibration, you help others remember their resilience. And our time together is coming to a close for this transmission in this way. Please remember that you are a sovereign being and you are in charge of your energy. You are in charge of your patterns of thinking, and you have the power to change yourself in ways that change your life, your relationships, and how you move through life. You are powerful beyond measure, and we thank you for your time and attention here as we gently shake you into a more wakeful state about yourself, inviting you to shed the illusions, in oneness we are. And when you feel ready, may bring your attention back to the physical sensations of the body, the breath, your eyes, and open them and return. Hmm. All right. Well, and as you make your way back, if you'd like to share how that was for you, what you thought about it, felt about it, that would be great. It's always wonderful to hear. We've had some really amazing comments come in. Crispy Perspective. That's such a funny name. I remember that from the other day. Yes. Yeah. You're welcome. Ah, yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Anybody feel it in their feet? I think everybody's still kind of out there. Hmm. You're welcome, Renee. You're welcome. Mm. Oh, good. Yeah. So, renewed sense of self and enormous love. Um, Someone else is feeling head pressure and third eye pressure. Yeah. Remember, drink a lot of water and listen to the body. I think that came through. I don't know if it was yesterday. I'm losing track of the different days with these events, but the wisdom of your body is really important. So, oh, so glad, Ellie. So glad. Beautiful. Yeah. Marin, my feet. Oh, good. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that was interesting, I thought, about working with our whole energy field to make it more resilient and better able to regulate the chaos, right? Like of just this energy, but the solar energy and the moon and all of the different energies. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I wouldn't have thought of that myself. Um, and more empowered. Oh, that's great. My feet went cool and then deep relaxation. Feet are tingly. The feet are so amazing. When I was doing my Reiki sessions for clients, I always loved the feet. Oh, gosh. The feet are just amazing. So much would release from the feet, but then our feet are the part of our body that is most in touch with the earth and the wisdom of the earth, the energy of the earth, the history of the earth, and the history of humanity and the earth together. Yeah. Mm. George said, pulled us back too soon. Oh, sorry. Sylvia Molds, drink coconut water and salt. Yeah, I know. I've talked about that before. Yes. Yeah, beautiful. Well, thank you for your feedback on that. We'll be back tomorrow for another one too. Oh my gosh, I think it's 6 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern time. Woo! Yes. Oh, and there's a donut donate link in the chat too, which there's more in the description because I know some people are like, I don't like PayPal or I don't like Kofi and whatever. So there's some different ways down there. Your support means a lot. We work hard, to be here with you and try to do what we can to be helpful. So I guess with that we can shift and we can see if we have any questions and yeah, you can help by putting question in all caps at the beginning. It helps your question stand out. And also, if you have a question that maybe could be helpful for other people too, maybe not too super, super specific. I will tell you if you're asking if the energy can help heal a certain condition, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, there aren't any limits to this, and it helps physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So, mm, yeah, neat. Yeah. Do we have a question coming in? How do the oh, I would say EOL, emissaries of light, think about eating animal products like meat and so forth. Does it have an effect on us and our vibration? Um, that's an interesting question, and it's funny that you asked because I actually was thinking about this the other day and how I used to struggle with this years ago. I used to struggle with it, and I thought, oh, all the spiritual people say don't eat meat, and so I felt bad, because I ate meat and I was like, and my family ate meat, and I'm the mom, and I'm like, oh, what do I do? And I was driving my car one day, and I was really thinking about that, going back and forth, and I asked, and I said, what about this? What do I do? And what's the right thing for me to do? And the animal kingdom answered me. They said, we eat meat. And I was very shocked that it came through like that and it was so simple. Just nothing else, just we eat meat. And I sat with it and I thought, you know what? They're right. A lot of them eat meat. They don't feel bad about it. It's just that's what their how their bodies work and they eat meat. Now, don't get me wrong. They don't raise them inhumanely and all of that. So I get that. But to me, that's a separate issue. So I think it's an individual thing because I think different people's bodies are nourished in different ways. So one way of eating, I do not think is any better than another. I think people do what, you know, is appropriate for them at the time. I've tried different ways of eating through the years. One way didn't make me any more enlightened than the other way, you know. So, what I will say about this is if you if you are mentally forcing yourself to eat a certain way based on a belief, I think the question for you is that really serving you? How does that feel to you? And I would invite us to make the choices about how we nourish our bodies, how we take care of ourselves. I would hope we are moving into more of a tendency to make those decisions out of love for ourselves, wanting to nourish ourselves and take the best care of our bodies, listening to what our bodies want, not our belief system. But if we make the choices out of love for ourselves and respect for our bodies, doesn't that feel better than wielding your willpower on your body? Yeah. I don't know. So I think it's something everybody has to just decide for themselves. Yeah. And, with everything else, and especially in this time, let us not judge other people for what they choose. And again, it's a different question about humanely treating animals and how they're raised and all that. That's a separate issue. That's a separate issue. Mm, I think I'm done with that. Thank you. Um, you're welcome. Andrea, when you channel, are you aware of what you say at the moment or you need to listen to record? It varies. It does vary. I always have some recollection, always. I'm never like totally gone. But like in today's, it was just I was saying the words and I was knowing the words like as I was saying them, like they were, or right after I said the word. So yeah, but it does vary. It does vary. And there are some times where I have a general idea of different things. Like I remember one time we were doing this and the Emissaries of Light said they'd make a video or something like they all I knew was it's like, did they promise stuff? And so we had to go back in the transcript and look. So what did I tell people I was going to do? But I knew that there was some sort of a suggestion that I would be doing something. So hopefully that answers that. How to ground intense energy, feeling ungrounded. Oh, one of my favorite things to do is to go outside and feel the sun. Look up toward the sun, feel the sun on your face, your body. And I like bare feet. Feel the sun on your feet and the heat. Ooh, when I feel the heat in the patio or the deck, or the grass, whatever it is, feeling that come up through my feet, that to me is really grounded. Really grounding, I guess, is what I meant to say, but I like that. And then don't forget to breathe in the air. In the winter, it's a little bit different because, it's not quite so warm and all of that kind of thing. Um, but I find heat really helps me. So in the winter, I'll go stand in front of my fireplace and feel that heat emanating from the fire and then look at the flames and just be present in that moment. But that's what works for me. Yeah. I'm sure there are probably people here and maybe that could answer you too, what works for them. Yeah. The other thing I'm going to tell you is I think sometimes we think we're really ungrounded, but what we're really doing is we're undergoing intense energetic shifts and healing. So sometimes you might be really fighting that, thinking, oh, I'm not grounded, but you're really in process. It's not really an ungrounded problem. You are really shifting energy in a big way. And sometimes you just got to ride that out a little bit. So I just want to put that out there. Yeah. If one directs energy towards someone else while watching one of your videos, would the other person be affected? They could be, but the energy is never, yeah, we can't wield energy on another person. Everybody's sovereign. And it's fine if you want to send them energy, right? But just know that at some level, they can accept it or reject it. I I believe I've seen that if people know that it's available to them, they can have a level, they can consciously choose to accept it, and then they'll benefit more because our mind is a powerful thing. Our mind is a powerful thing. Doesn't mean they won't benefit, if they don't know about it, but if they do and they agree, they I would expect them to benefit much greater because of that level of agreement. I hope that's helpful. Mm, resilience. Why did they choose the word resilience? Because you need it. So I'll ask them, how about that? She was right to say that. We gave her that. But what we will tell you is that you forget. Humans tend to think that they are rigid, and they are not. Their physical body fools them. They see the wrinkles on their face, the body that has changed over time, and not ask their opinion or input about it. And they will say that things are fixed, and here's the proof. They have certain expectations about how things will play out. That a framework is followed and there's no escape. And some people are quite rigid in this way, and other people are more malleable in this belief. But resilience is important for you because in the times right now, the leaders of the countries are making decisions that are throwing systems out of sync with each other and with history, how they have historically been. And so there's great change, uncertainty, and flux, we will say. And so your ability to be resilient helps you withstand all of that we have described. And so even though you are resilient by design, as we said, you forget. as humans. And so it is a reminder to you. And then we offered you energy to help strengthen the resilience of your field and every aspect of the light of who you are, because it is a time of empowering for humans, because the times and the environment call for it. You are not helpless in all this. If circumstances outside yourself, in your world and with your leaders in your countries and how the systems work, if those are changeable, so are you. And you may be resilient. And that helps in your ability to change. And it helps in your ability to feel better and to know your sovereignty and your strength. Yes, thanks for the question, Jackie. Any suggestions for incorporating who we truly are? Monitor your inner dialogue, because when your inner dialogue is unloving to yourself, that is not who you truly are. So you do not believe that. And then if you are doing that upon other people, that is not who you truly are either. But you can decide to be less than that authentic light being that you are. It's always a choice. But when you're aware about your tendencies, when you're aware about what you are choosing to do, whether toward yourself or others, when you're aware of that, then you are at choice. And so a lot of this incorporating who you truly are is your choice that you make. And free will, you see, it is no accident that every human has free will. You see, there's a common denominator between all humans. Well, there are several, but your free will is one. The illusion you are not the light is another. And so it makes sense, the relationship between the two. And it is an oversimplification, but a point still nonetheless. Yes. So listen to yourself. Listen to your inner dialogue. And change the way you speak to yourself. Raise the standard of how you treat yourself. For when you know yourself as the light, you will see others as their light. And then your behavior outwardly also changes, you see. But the key is with yourself and your relationship with yourself. And if you doubt this, is it not the relationship with yourself that is the hardest and most challenging of your entire life? Because you can have difficulty with other relationships, but those are born from who you know yourself to be. Or we should say, believe yourself to be. So if you put out the fire within yourself, the flames go away. Outside of you. There's only one place for you to heal, and that's within yourself. And think about it, because if every human on the planet did that, that would be it, wouldn't it? It's not about changing other people. It was never about that. Yeah, thank you for the question. Any tips for balancing need to advocate for self and loved ones with reactivity and anger? Any tips for balancing the need for advocate with reactivity? I don't know exactly. I don't know. I'm not sure how to wrap my head around that question. Any tips for balancing need to, so you want to advocate for yourself, and who's being reactive and angry? You? So you're trying to balance that. Hmm. Yes. Well, if I'm understanding or wrapping my head around what you're saying, what I would say is responding will serve you better every time. In reaction, there's emotion like anger, there's fear. I mean, there's always fear, right? And reactivity. And so I would be thoughtful about the steps that you take to advocate. I would take care that those steps are done in the energy of responding. Oh, advocate without being reactive. Yes. Well, you might need to remove yourself and give yourself some time and space to clear the reactivity, to clear the emotion, to clear the fear. And then from that centered place, and it, let's be real. You may not be centered, but at least you'll be closer to it. You know, take a little extra time. Don't be in a rush because your results will be better. Be thoughtful. Be thoughtful and remain as centered as you can. Because if you're angry, if you're reactive, you're not going to have the outcome that you're seeking. So that could be taking time, that could be going for a walk, that could be doing energy healing on yourself, that could be yelling in the other room, you know? So the difference, that difference maker could be different based on who you are, but also whatever the situation is. And, quite frankly, totally bitching at another person, to help you process and get it out and communicate, but just, you know, somebody who knows that they're the sounding board and they're not going to take it on themselves, right? But sometimes that can be great because you're going to communicate what you really want to communicate and get it out of yourself and then get yourself together and then you respond. That I think that can be really helpful. I do that sometimes. It's like rah, 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 and it helps me process that and get it out. I don't know. I hope that's helpful. Matthew read Jasper. Yes. Last night there was an unconscionable, ooh, what a word, tragedy in the town. Not my township, not my township where I live. What would be the best way for me to send healing energy to those whom were affected? Well, one of the things that, I have found helpful is that I will use a crystal. And this will be a focal point for me. And so I might put it in my hands like this, and I may just begin running energy to it with the intention that this crystal is delivering this energy to all who are affected by a certain thing, to all of those who are open to receive, that they receive complete, full spectrum energy, whatever they need. I don't determine what that is, but it's as though I'm helping to bridge that source of energy with those people. I'm not doing it, but I want to help hook them up to that so that they can receive whatever it is that they need. But I will put them as a group and then use a focal point like that. That's how I have found that I feel as though that's effective. And again, other people may have ideas too that they might want to share in the comments as well. Oh my gosh, it's after 3 already. Hmm, yeah. So I guess with that, our time is kind of up. Um, yeah. Wow. That flew by really at the end. Thank you all for your questions. I know we never get to all the questions, but we will be back tomorrow. Oh, early, early. Who's getting up with me at before 6 a.m.? You guys can be in your pajamas if you want. I will not come in my pajamas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Mary Lou, but bitching still puts non-beneficial toxic energy in the ethers. Does not need to be transmuted. So it's not. I don't worry about that because if I because the people that I would do that with, they're not taking it personally, and there's something to be said about expressing energy. If I hold that in, that is more toxic than the bitching part. And the thing is, my intention is not to hurt anybody listening or whatever. So the whole transmutation or whatever, that is above my pay grade. It'll be taken care of all by itself. At least that's my experience. I can't speak for all people, but what we never want to do is hold stuff in because that causes dis-ease in the energy. And dis-ease that goes unreleased, unaddressed, will show up later. So processing, expressing, all of that's very important. Let's not deny the benefits of that. So I hope that was very helpful, everyone. I hope to see you tomorrow, 6 a.m. Eastern. And yeah, tune into the replays if you want to. Thank you all who donated as well. That's just lovely for us. Thank you so, so much. Yeah, yeah, beautiful. All right. Take care, everyone. Huge hugs, and I'll